That's Russ.
Russ is here.
What's
Well,
up?
on time.
Just in time.
Very good. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the first Unusual Suspects of 2025. Russ, I was just telling Oldwolf that we only did 3 of these last year.
Really? Man.
Yeah, and we're up to episode 19, so we must have done like 14 episodes in 2022 to 2023. So yeah, and now we're all here. The gang's all here. Bubs all decked out, just self-promoting.
What's
Are
up,
you
Bub?
using your DJI mic for the stream?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you going to get
fancy
Bub's World bat and ball to go with that outfit?
I already do.
bat and
Problem
ball,
is, I need to get another bat because I already have a set of balls.
Ah!
Careful now, you're going to hurt somebody.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, we've got a short time here today because we're only doing an hour, and then we're jumping over to Oldwolf for the train wreck.
All right, sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, I got to send you guys the thing, right? Shite.
Nah, it's all right.
Yeah, don't stress too much, mate. Don't stress.
We'll
I've got my
find it.
beers though waiting in the fridge that I'll be drinking on Oldwolf stream. So if you want to see my fancy, expensive beers left over from New Year's, you can see it on Oldwolf's.
You know, I was this close to drinking a sour.
Really, you probably wouldn't like it, mate. It's not for everyone.
The guy where I went, they had sours, and I said, "Oh, I just gave the last can away."
You should, but you gotta get one that's like really. I can understand how people don't like sour beers, but you gotta get one of those ones that really make your face swell up. You know,
Has anyone seen my phone?
your phone.
Yeah. I'm
It's
going to find my
behind your
phone.
head. Oh, I thought it was behind your head.
Okay. Well, first, I guess with only a short time here today, normally we go for a while. Hang on, let me quickly shout out the chat. Christina Payne wasn't here first. Christina, how are you? And we've got Todd. What's going on, mate? Bring back the sour apps. Yeah, you reckon? I almost filmed an episode of that, but I didn't because I just.
When are we going live?
Sorry,
When are we going live?
we're already
We're
live.
live.
Oh, hello, everybody.
All right. So first, I guess I want to ask you guys, how was your New Year's? What'd you do, Oldwolf? You first. What did you do?
Well, hold on, let me get back to you. New Year's, we keep it simple here. Though I did. Let me show you.
Oh,
Did you see that? I was going to spin around and have a cat in his lap. What's shaking? Man, Rush, you're looking like, what's that? What's it? Grizzly Adams.
I don't know. Look at it.
Letting it grow out for the winter time.
So I got a bottle as a gift, and I just started. I still left a little bit in it, so I did pretty good.
Oh.
How many roses are in there?
4. It's a single barrel. I
Wait,
usually
is it
get
actually-
4 batch, so I almost killed the whole bottle. I'm all by myself. So proud of myself.
Now,
Did
they're
you
not
guys
allowed to have alcohol in Australia, so you have to hold the bottle up for Simon so he can see what that's like.
Hang on, what?
Wait, but I saw Zod this morning. Easter said he had he's got a Jack Daniels collection. You ever see his?
It's virgin. It's a virgin Jack Daniels.
Oh, got it.
0% alcohol.
All right, so this is.
Yeah, I forgot because I've never drank with Sean, so I never.
Yeah, he had.
Yeah, he's got a collection. I forgot. I went to his house the other day for the first time. He's got a lot of shit. He's got a lot. Like that room that he films in. That room is tiny. And then his house is like I'm driving down the street to his house. I'm like, man, there's some big ass houses down here. He's got a lot of stuff in his house. He's got like full arcade machine. He's got his entertainment room, like where he's got the TV and stuff. He's got this like homemade cabinet for his comics, and then on top he's got all these super expensive statues on top and shit. I was like, Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
What does he do for a living? That guy.
I know he like
Doesn't he sell action figures for a living?
no, that's just a side hustle.
Doesn't he record movies in the theater and then burn them onto DVDs and sell them on the street?
No, so he obviously has his side business which he sells pop culture stuff. But he works as like he fixes like garage, electric garage doors and stuff like that. I think he installs them. I think that's what he does. Could be wrong, but I think that's what he does. Anyway,
true.
Oldwolf. So you just stayed at home with the fam for New Year's?
Yeah, the wife isn't a big let's go party on New Year's, so we stay home.
Yeah, see?
We eat a lot of finger food type of things. She'll make like we'll have the cheese and the meats, and we'll have pizza bites and pizza rolls, and she'll make jalapenos wrapped in bacon. She makes these crab things where she on English muffins. So we have a lot of finger food type of thing, and we watched a bunch of movies with the kids, and I don't even think we stayed up to 12 o'clock. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much what. So I made a bunch of food, and basic food, more basic than that. I made. What do you guys do? Frankfurts? You guys call them Frankfurts? You guys have another name for them.
Give us more
Hot
information.
dogs, but
Like
the little
hot dogs.
Weenies,
Like the little
weenies.
yeah, those little ones.
What are they called?
Sometimes I call them little smokies.
Hey,
Okay,
Audrey,
we call them Frankfurts here.
what do we call those little hot dogs?
Little hot dogs.
We call them little hot dogs.
Okay, well, we call them Frankfurts here. I don't know why, but I made a bunch of those. I had some cheeseburger balls, which were like, again, you just buy them from the frozen section. But then I cooked a gnarly steak, and I even like did the slice. You know, when you watch them on like a cooking show, I did it in the slices so you could just easily eat it. And then I made like a garlic butter to pour over the top. Woo!
Ooh.
I've got a question. When you say cheeseburger balls, are you talking about chicken balls? Or are you talking about the cheeseburger?
Chicken
Very
burger balls.
good, Russ. Very good. No, so I guess they're just like so they're kind of like a cheeseburger type little
Ball.
breadcrumb ball.
A meatball.
Yeah, breadcrumb ball.
In the frozen food section.
You know, like a sausage ball. Like we have sausage balls.
Oh,
But
You
they
mean
put
Frankfurt balls?
breadcrumbs on? It
It's
is
like a
on
sausage
'em.
ball. It's like a sausage ball, but instead of using sausage, you use beef.
But where's the breadcrumbs come in?
It's not breadcrumbs. He's mistaken.
Well, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
No, I
it's
know
like
what
a
you mean. That's what
flour
I'm asking.
batter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have those. I don't eat those.
You never had
Yeah.
sausage balls?
Nope. I didn't know
You
you
know,
were sausage head ball.
when I was in New York, I hadn't had sausage balls until I moved to Kentucky.
Yeah.
So that maybe
I
that
don't know what
makes
the hell a
sense.
sausage ball is.
It's
I
got
think we all need
cheese
to
and
do
sausage
sausage ball.
and you put like pancake batter, or not the batter, but like the powder, right? Like
Yeah.
Bisquick,
Yeah.
and you mix it all up together. You make little balls, and you cook them, you bake them.
I think we need to use sausage balls in a sentence every day for the rest of the week. All right,
Sausage
Russ.
ball.
Being you're the biggest party animal here, Russ. How did you spend New Year's Eve, mate? What were you doing at midnight?
Oh, man,
I know you were upset that there was no ladies around hanging out in your room, but what else? What did you get up to?
I played The Witcher 3 until about 10 p.m. and then fell asleep early.
Oh, before midnight.
Yeah.
That's what old people do. We don't stay up to the freaking see the ball drop.
Sarah was in bed by 10, and I had to wake her up at 5 to midnight. It's like, oi, it's about to hit 12. And then we went and I turned the TV on because we usually watch it on the TV, but we've got like a big like reserve behind us, this big kind of like walk path thing, and a firework went off pretty much in our backyard, or it's not our backyard, but out behind us. I was like, oh shit. So we turned the TV off and I just stood outside waiting for the next one, and it never came.
And I actually tried to call them.
Yeah. So I was in bed, like that was after midnight, I think, right?
Well, yeah, I
So
mean, I had to get.
I was
in
probably
the car.
about 12:30 here, maybe, and I was just in bed on my phone. Sarah's right next to me asleep, and then my phone was so loud when it rang, and I quickly put it on silent, and it was Oldwolf trying to call me on Instagram. I'm like, I had the message, I'm like, wait, Sarah's asleep. So calling me.
Does that happen on your side when it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, every time someone calls me on Instagram, I just assume it's a butt dial. All right.
Me too. And often you'll get the one right after. Sorry, I'm gonna say sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Like, don't worry. I meant not to.
I didn't
answer.
get that.
I've never answered an Instagram call before.
The only thing worse is if you believe someone really means to call you on Instagram. Then you definitely don't want to answer that shit. Like, who the hell's calling me on Instagram? Someone who doesn't know me well enough to have my real number. I'm out.
No, that's me.
Send me a damn message, dude.
But yeah, if you want to talk to me, text me first, and I'll get back to you in 3 to 5 business days.
I've got Russ's number.
Need time to prepare.
Tony, I don't have your number. But I got you on the Discord, I guess.
You want my number?
I didn't say that necessarily. I just was commenting that I didn't have it. That's all. But actually, I would take your number because I was going to send you a picture. And
these sausage balls.
I wasn't getting good reception. I was inside the store. You know, I don't know what it is anymore, but sometimes you go like 2 feet into a store and you lose all signal. I'm like, what's going on here? So I was going to send you a picture, and I did not have your number.
All right, hold on.
What's happening now? Well, this is good television.
He's probably going to text you his number. Bob,
How can you
what
do
did
that?
you get up to? What did you get up to on New Year's Eve, mate?
Were you still asking Russ?
No, Russ told us you played Witcher until 10.
Oh,
Went to bed.
Went to sleep.
Did you at least have like I don't know, some sweet tea?
Well,
Russ?
I played on the
Hang on,
PlayStation and then went to sleep with my PlayStation sheets. So
your PlayStation sheets.
Oh, wow. That's
I
special.
was going to say, Russ, what's going on, K-pop? I don't understand why you don't do more gaming streams. You used to do them. You should do them.
Why'd you do that?
yeah, I need to get back to doing that.
I mean, even if no one's watching, it doesn't matter. But if someone does happen to jump on, then at least you got that interaction. And
Yeah,
Well, those tend to get a lot
I
of
might
views
do it
anyway.
like when I finish up the Witcher 3 main game, I might do like a stream for New Game Plus or something maybe.
very good. Yeah. So, Bub, what did you get up to on New Year's Eve, mate?
Trying to figure out how to add him as a contact. You gotta give us boomers an extra minute. Look, I had a great time. Trying to remember it now. Man, is that good? I just had my folks over, and my son he got off, 9-ish, so he still had plenty of time to hang out. So he was there, and of course my wife and the animals. Those are my parents, and then also the cats and dogs and everything. And we just had a quiet-ish evening at home. Did the whole ball drop, and we're in Central Time Zone, but a lot of my family's still in Eastern. So we kind of do the Eastern Time Zone, and then we celebrate again an hour later, and then everybody get out. Like, that's enough of that. Everybody go. So I had a good time, drank champagne, smoked cigars, and just had a ball. So big fun.
Oh, there you go.
Sounds good. I you know how much my 6 beers cost me
How much?
for New Year's? When you go to a lot of the craft beer places, if you buy an assorted 6 beers, then they give you, this place anyway gave me 5% off. So I saved a whopping $3 and went from $60 for a 6-pack to $57.
Are you
Oh my
high?
gosh.
Huh?
Are you high?
I wish I was, but it was because
Can't
it's
even
all
afford to get drunk. What are you talking about?
fancy craft beers. Like, so one of those cans was $19, and I've saved that one. I'm going to drink that on your stream because I saved it. I saved it for you, Oldwolf. Only the best.
Like a super-sized can or something.
It is a big can. It's also called Let's Go. Yeah.
My God, that sounds terrible, dude.
Did you guys not see my awesome post? I posted them on Instagram on New Year's Eve with an action figure. Each beer had an action figure.
Oh, I did see that. It's funny. My wife, the other day, she said, this is a couple weeks ago. She said, "Who is it that I follow that posts these great action figures?" I'm like, "I don't know." I said, "I usually don't follow too many action figure dorks." And she was like, "Well, who is it?" I was like, "I don't know. It must be somebody because I don't follow any exclusive action figure content. So I'm like, it must be somebody who collects comics and then also collects action figures. And well enough that you would follow them back, because when I post something and tag her in it, she'll get a lot of like follow requests from which she's free, she follows, but she'll follow people back sometimes. So if she's like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, I like him okay." And she's like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "It's this guy." She's like, "I can't stand his voice." I'm like, "All right, don't follow him." So that's what happens. So anyway, she was talking
Is that
about
why my request got denied?
Yeah. No, you're good. But that's why she was talking about Simon's post with his action figures lately. She's like, "He does such a good job posting those. I really like him." I'm like, "Yeah, he's good for a few things."
Did you see the Planet Comics one? I was so proud.
What do you mean? Did I see it? I had the first comment on it.
I know. Did you guys see it? Bob actually responded to it. It was.
Which one was that?
So I did a because I got the Ghost Rider with the Ghost Rider bike now. So I did a homage to Planet Comics with the Spider Gwen and Gwenpool, and I even had the hands from all the Spider characters with their hands up in the air.
That was
I don't
great.
think I saw that one.
I mean, if I could be more like there's other people that could kill that photo, but that was the best I could do.
You did really well, I thought.
Yeah,
I knew exactly what it was immediately. What more could you ask for?
that's right. I wanted to. I wish I had like a big yellow piece of cardboard so I could have had that as the background.
Oh, what could have been. But if you ever find another piece of cardboard, that is, you could recreate it later. Nobody notices. You can post the same thing that you posted a month ago, and you'll get just as many likes, maybe more. Like that's what I found about Instagram. You can repost stuff all the time.
I try not to read. Like, you know how, you have people who post the same book over and over. It's like, dude, I know you've got that book. I try not to. The only time, like now, I'll repost some books. Now that I've got the action figure thing, I'll maybe bring out a book again if I haven't posted in years. But I try not to post a book if I've already posted it, which is sad because sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want to remind people that I've got this. But no, I posted it 3 years ago.
Where do you put the camera when you're doing this bite thing?
In my hand.
I think he's using his phone.
Yeah, he's using the phone, but I see two hands. So where do you post? Where do you place the phone when you're doing this?
You see two hands.
What do you mean you see two hands?
You see like 10 hands. He's got a bunch of hands.
Oh, hands. See, two hands. Holding one.
Oh, those ones. No, I've got it on like a little Gorilla Pod tripod thing for those ones.
So this is not the one you were talking about?
No, there's a photo. There's a photo of that bike, and it's got
it's a photo.
Spider Gwen and Gwenpool. It's only like 3 posts like away from the.
Oh, it's on Instagram. I'm hardly ever on Instagram. I just
where were you looking?
YouTube.
New Year, same old wolf.
Same old me. I don't change.
Oh my goodness.
No clue what I'm doing.
So,
Russ.
Oh, okay. Let's go Russ. Let's go Russ first. Because I have planned questions. Again, I've only got a short time with you guys today, thanks to Oldwolf. But I have specific questions for you guys.
Oh, no, I was worried about this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's why I already started drinking.
It's all very generic and what everyone's doing right now. So, but maybe you guys aren't prepared. But Russ, firstly, I guess, how was 2024? Good, bad,
A lot of it was kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like the only good thing that I can think of that happened in 2024 was Heroes Con, and the rest of the year was just kind of crap.
Now, can we all remember back a couple of years ago, back when we were doing these a little bit more regularly than 3 times a year? Mm-hmm. Russ was like, oh, I was thinking about going to Heroes Con, and it went from thinking to going to Heroes Con to I don't think I'm going to go anymore. And it's like, what are you talking about, Russ? Why wouldn't you want to go? Can you remember that, Russ?
There was a couple factors.
Your favorite part of the year, right?
Yeah. There was a couple factors. One was trying to secure a ride, and one was the funds to actually get the ticket and still be able to get a few things. But some of that's kind of improved. I think I pretty much got my nephew hooked on going now. So my niece has to take us to Heroes Con.
Oh, there you go.
I got I give my nephew like 5 short boxes of comics. I got him hooked on comics and stuff like that now, and he's like loved the last 2 years at the con, so he's ready to go next year. So pretty much got a ride secure.
There you go.
Cool.
Bang bang. So what then for 2025, Rusty? What collecting goals, mate? What are you after? I know you've become a big action figure guy. Not only an action figure guy, you've become an out-of-box collector guy.
Yes.
Take them out of the box now.
Still got some in box on the wall.
Put it back in.
I haven't really put together a list yet. I've got a few books in mind that I know I want to pick up, and I've got a few figures that I want to try to pick up this year. but I don't really have like a solid list nailed down yet.
Has it changed your life since you started taking the action figures out of their boxes?
But I used to do that all the time, and just a few things I keep in box because I think it looks good up on the wall.
It's always to keep it in the box. Yeah,
Like a few of those back there,
Right.
those retro turtles. A few things look good in box, but most of the stuff I take out now.
Oldwolf says you should always leave it in the box till it falls out on its own.
that's right.
That's what
Like
Oldwolf said.
the figures I got on the wall back there, are like the platinum edition figures and stuff. So I haven't taken those out, but I'm thinking about it because that Cyborg Superman comes with a flight stand, and I really want to get that out and mess with it.
Yeah, some of those stands suck though. I've got a couple that just don't hold the weight very well, but I haven't used the DC one yet. I've got Starfire,
Yeah.
who has a figure stand, but I haven't opened her yet. So
you're saying it's too heavy for the box, or it's too heavy to take out?
anyway, we're gonna move on.
I don't play figures that much, so that's what I'm trying to figure out.
We're learning. We're learning here. That's all. That's all. Hey, what's going on, Dave? Good to see you, Dave. Hey, Dave, how's it going?
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right, Oldwolf. Collecting goals. You still collect comics in 2025?
Mom got me the Henry Cavill Superman and Doomsday 2-pack. I took that out of the box, and I picked up the Armored Batman and the Wonder Woman from the movies.
You just need that.
Screen just blacked out.
Azrael. You just need Azrael.
Yeah, you haven't. You're not moving.
Oh, yeah. Azrael's good.
Can you hear me now?
I hear somebody in China is working on making a life-size, realistic Gal Gadot box. I believe Russ he's on the pre-order list. Yeah,
Russ, we lost you. We lost you in the box.
Yeah,
you guys see me?
Russ isn't getting reception in the box.
Yeah, let's all do what Russ is doing right now.
Oh, I froze.
I'm sure I'll come back in the time for
You guys
Sipping with
hear me?
Oldwolf or whatever the heck we're doing.
We can
tonight.
hear
Yeah,
you.
we hear you.
You just
Okay.
frozen.
Yeah, it's just blacked out on my screen.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's probably
I picked up,
resetting.
like the
It does
Armored
that.
Batman and stuff and took it out of box. It's got like a cloth wired cape. It's really cool.
Beautiful.
Hello, Kenneth
All right.
Bird. Thank you for being here tonight.
Oldwolf.
Yes, I'm still.
What are you after? What's back there? What are you after in 2025, mate?
I'm still.
Is there anything left for Oldwolf to collect?
I'm trying to be not going squirrel. You know how you go squirrel, shiny things. You got to get it.
Oh, I thought you were saying stuff nuts in your cheeks for the next year.
Yeah, you wish I stuffed your nuts in my cheeks. Anyways, and
That's what squirrels do.
Okay. I'm sorry. You wish I put your sausage balls.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have
a topic, Oldwolf.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm going to focus this year, and I'm going to try to pick up all the books I need from Strange Adventures between 205 and 216.
Okay.
What was it? Strange Adventures.
Well,
isn't that only 11 issues? So you're going to get one a month, and then take December
I
off?
have some of them, but those are all I get the first appearance of Dead Man. That's 205. And I got like 207, and I got maybe like 2 or 3 more other of those. So I'm going to try to fill the whole run.
All right.
So I'm going to try to focus on that.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've done Bub. What
What are you doing?
After 2025, what is left? What do you need to reach the pinnacle of collecting?
Man, I did well on my Golden Age runs this year,
did.
but I did not finish them. I did not finish a single run that I set out to finish, but I made good headway on all of them. I just didn't finish a single one. So I'm going to leave my want list alone. I'm not adding anything. I'm not taking anything off other than the ones that I've already collected. And I'm going to let it ride through 2025 and try and finish those runs. I got more. When I started off the year, I was missing the majority of each of those runs. And now I'm missing the minority of each of those runs. So making good progress, just couldn't do it all in one year. You just can't. Like some of the books don't even, like there's a couple of books that I haven't seen all year come up for sale. So that happens, I guess.
Are these all Golden Age books you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not really any modern books that I'm really at. Well, there's a couple of Bruce Timms. I feel like my Adam Hughes collection is pretty solid. I feel like my Dave Stevens collection is pretty solid. But I would like to pick up a few Bruce Timm books that I don't have yet. And that was kind of my unknown side goal for this past year. If you follow my Instagram, I've been dropping a few Bruce Timm books throughout the year because that was kind of my silent collecting goal this year was to round out my Bruce Timm collection. So, and I still need about, I'd say 3 books or so before I'm really pleased with where it's at and I can set it aside for a while.
Do you know which ones?
Do you have the Masters of the Universe mini one?
The Master of the Universe what?
Mini book.
Mini book. I don't think so. Is that it? Boy, if your camera wasn't so shit, I could have appreciated it.
Yeah. It's really shit at focusing. I don't know why. So that apparently is Bruce Timm's first published work, I think, on the cover.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you added another one to your list now.
Yeah, and it's small, so I could just stick it anywhere.
So I learnt that from Comic Collector Geek, and then I found one recently at Lobo's.
Oh,
and
nice.
I paid like $19 for it, maybe.
That's not bad if you wanted it.
So it's the mini book, though, right? So that's what it is.
Yeah. So these came with the figures back in the day.
Yeah. So I probably had that when I was a kid, but I don't have it now.
But yeah, that's the one. So just remember, it's exactly your type of cover too. Carrying she's conscious.
Absolutely. Babes and Beasts. It's perfect. Yeah, she is conscious, but that's just a matter of time. So it's all good.
So have you seen the show The Toys That Made Us?
I have not. I've seen it advertised. It's on one of the streaming services, right?
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's great. I've only watched the episodes that I care about. So I've watched the Star Wars one. The Masters of the Universe one is so good because Masters of the Universe started as a toy line. Like everything else came from the toy line, right? But it's so funny when they tell you the story about how they started it because they pitched the idea of He-Man, right? And they're like, oh, I don't think kids are gonna, they don't know these characters. And then on the fly, the guy's like, oh yeah, but there's gonna be like a comic book that comes with it. And the other guys who are involved in making toy are like, really? He's like, yeah, there's gonna be comic books that come with it. And then they're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then later on, but they're not gonna know who are in the comics. And they're like, yeah, but that's because there's gonna be a cartoon. And they're like, what? Really? Like, yeah, there's gonna be a cartoon. Made it up on the fly while they're in these meetings.
Oh, it's great.
That's where it all started.
Yeah, we can get those books over here for like $20.
Oh, they'll be cheap as over there, man. So
isn't that the same? You said 20. You said 19.
For Australian dollars, that's like $11 US, maybe.
Oh, really? Is it about double?
So that was at a toy shop I found, and they had a whole stack of them. So I was like, hey, man, can I look through those? And that was the exact one I knew I wanted, right? And they had 2. One was $10, but it was trashed. And then that one was, I think, it was like $15 or $19. And I got the better one, obviously. But I was stoked because I knew exactly which one I wanted. As soon as I saw the cover, I was like, that's the one. That's the one.
That's the one.
So I'm going to have to get my box off you soon, Bub. But there's one more thing I'm going to buy.
Yeah, would you? My chest is about to cave in.
One more thing.
Oh, okay.
So speaking of it, the Alien toys that I collect, they also used to come with the mini comics. So there's a guy who's selling like 6 or 7 of them in a lot. So I want to buy them. Once they arrive, I'll get you to give me the quote because I realized last time you sent me the box in January as well. So I think I always get them in January. So they'll be, that's my favorite box. Bub's box is my favorite box.
You're welcome.
Oh, look at that! You print
come
that.
on, come all, come often.
Yeah, I was going to say it to you, but it came up with the line across there, so I didn't.
That looks like, if you blur your eyes a little bit, it looks like sausage balls.
It does. But what's he holding? Well done. You like them when they come with handles, Oldwolf?
There you go.
There you
go. I was going to send it to you, but it came up with the line here, so then. But it's okay. You never got it. You would never get it anyways, because
You should call him on Instagram and hold it up to the camera so he can see it real good. Like about 1 a.m. Try.
Oh, I was gonna do it right now.
No, it's too late.
It's too early.
Everybody's already awake. I gotta tell you, Simon, you look like you're in a shop. Like your background looks like you're like in a display shop, you know.
I cleaned up. Usually there's rubbish and stuff on that. I've took it off all last night. I cleaned up, but all that rubbish is on the floor now. But you'll see soon why. There's a members only video coming, and you guys will be the first to see what I've done to my cabinet.
I canceled my membership back in November.
Oh, did you?
I never joined.
Too bad for you
I'm
too.
too cheap
Oldwolf's
to
still
do
there.
memberships.
I didn't cancel my membership. I was just seeing if you're paying attention.
I know.
It's the only one I still have.
But if he did, I'd be higher in that first column.
No, so what I do is, so even when people leave and then come back, so I've had people leave and come back, right? I keep their spot in where they were in the order. I don't know.
In other words, he just uses an old one.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I know I have to go back to it because I've kept every single time I edit that page, I keep it just so I can remember the order. Because there's a few people that keep, like, I don't know.
If they leave, why don't you put me up higher? Put me up higher.
It doesn't matter. You're just there, mate. Just be happy that you're there.
Who was the first one on the list?
Sarah was the first one, but she was actually the first one. I think she beat
favoritism.
No, she beat Mads Barty, I think was second. And he lost out to Sarah by like 30 seconds. I don't know.
And then, Bubs number 3.
I was third.
There you go. So yeah, I did it all in order.
Be honest, you gave Sarah $5 to join, didn't you?
Well,
every month, Russ. He runs a $2 deficit. Just keep her name up there. What's up, Werewolf?
What's going on, Werewolf?
By lunchtime.
What is happening? Ooh, Omnibro at the house. What's going on, mate? Late night last night. I see.
Make sure you guys are hitting the thumbs up there.
Yeah. See, Oldwolf knows how to play YouTube. So, Russ, you come out of retirement. We all knew you would. As you said yourself, you retired more times than Ric Flair.
Yeah, I think it was less than 12 hours this time, though.
Well, no. It
was a new record.
I think it was a new record for length, actually. As in, he was gone for like about over a month, I think.
No. But he only announced the retirement 12 hours before he came back. Now it had been a while since he put a video out, but his official retirement announcement, and then 12 hours, the post came. I got a new video on YouTube. Check it out.
I think I did it.
Room tour. Come back, everybody.
No. So he announced that he retired about a bit over a month ago, and then when he came back, he deleted. I watch you, Russ. Trust me, I'm a Russ fan. So you deleted the video announcing your retirement. I was like, dude, come on, man. It's all good. You're like
I will do like Hulk Hogan when he said he retired from the NWO. He said, "No, I didn't say I retired. I said I was tired. I took a nap and I'm back."
Well, there you have it.
Well, I knew he'd come back. Like, seriously, I knew Russ would come back after he said his last retirement, but I was starting to wonder because it'd been over a month. I was like, oh, he's.
Well, I was starting to get the bug because I actually I dusted and I cleaned up my room and I rearranged some things, and I thought now's a good time to film something because the room actually looks clean.
You got to stop calling your retirement.
I dust twice a year. I dust in June and I dust in December.
You're going to be like the boy who cried wolf soon, though. As soon as people start,
it's
kind of like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor always says he's retired, and it's like, no, you're not, you idiot. Like, people are going to start thinking that, Russ. Next time you say you retire, people are going to be like, whatever, Russ. I don't need to watch that video because I know you'll be back.
I already thought that like 2-3 retirements ago. He fooled me once, and that's it.
If you go back to Russ's early videos, if you go back to Russ's early, like his first retirement was fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah.
What's going on, Sean?
He didn't even have his beard. He didn't have that big bushy. He didn't even have eyebrows back then. He was so young.
He had a backwards cap too. Did you have a backwards cap, Russ?
I'm sure he did.
What?
Or am I just imagining that?
Hey, Zara, Simon says he's going to go over your house and hit your bar.
The Russ who cried retirement.
I've had a drink with Czars, but not enough.
Ah,
I gotta see him get real sloppy.
I think I had a drink maybe with him at Mark's 50th. I feel like he might have had a drink there. I don't know. But Mark's getting married soon.
yes.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Are you invited?
Yes. Yes, I'll be there. In fact, I'm staying up. So he kind of lives out in Geelong, which is like another city down here. That seems very far away. But yes, we're going to stay there for the weekend, I think, is the plan.
All right, shit face.
Maybe we'll see. I don't really enjoy getting shit faced
Didn't he
anymore.
say he was gonna have a bachelor party in a couple weeks?
Yeah, he's having a Bucks on at the start of February. So
What do you call it?
a Bucks night.
What a
Bucks
Bucks
party.
night.
What do you guys call it?
Yeah. Well, what you're referring to here, we will call a stag party.
Yeah.
With a stag and a
Stag.
buck, same difference, but a stag party. But
What's
traditionally, when it comes to a marriage, we would call it a bachelor's party.
okay.
But the thing is, do you have Bucks and do you have a Bucks and dough party?
No, so the ladies have a hens night.
Hens night.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of clucking.
Yeah.
So who's planning the Bucks night?
I think it's already Mark is I think it's his brother-in-law maybe. I don't know, maybe Mark helped him. I don't know who organized it, man.
Brother-in-law to be, right? Or his sister's brother.
No. So his sister's husband. I think I didn't actually know. He was the one who messaged me about it. I didn't know who it was. He goes, "Hey Simon, it's Billy." I was like, "I don't know you, Billy." He's
I
actually
barely know Mark.
if you've ever seen the free comic book day videos I did at Big City Comics,
Yeah.
Billy was his brother-in-law who's dressed up as Aquaman.
I knew I recognized him.
Yeah, sure you did. Good on Jackson.
The Jackson Roy Kirk.
Did you fall down, Ross?
No. No, Jackson falls out of his chair. That's what he's saying. He falls down. Like he's in shock. He falls down.
Oh.
He's narrating his own.
He was retired, right? He thought Russ had retired from YouTube. It was all over.
He took the bait, as many have. In fact, Russ is something of a masturbator of the community. He's been baiting people for 6 years, what I heard.
Yeah, it's been almost 4 months since I actually did a live show, I think.
It's been that long for me, too. Probably not. Probably been a month.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that I'd only done 3 of these last year. Because I was like, how the hell have we done not? Because we've only been doing this for 2.5 years. How the hell have we done 19 episodes and only did 3 last year? Like, insane.
So we have to do at least quarterly. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do that because, like I said, I do want to do more lives. I just don't find the time, man. Like my video editing schedule is pretty tough because I try to do videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yep.
And my videos take a lot of time to edit sometimes. So it's if anything, the vlogs are the easiest to edit. But did you see I posted that video on Instagram the other day of it was like my 2024 recap with all the people I've met. That video took me, and it was just for Instagram to get fucking 50 views. That video took me 4.5 hours to make.
But it was excellent. I went ahead and I downloaded it, saved a copy, and I have it off at the video store right now. They're going to make me a VHS copy, and then I can have a vintage version of this. It's going to be fantastic. I'll show it to you.
Speaking of VHS, Bub, you're a collector. Do you have
not a VHS, but go on.
Okay, cool. So you might have noticed I recently bought some VHS, like my Bruce Lee box set, which is looking very mint on my shelf there. Yep. I've recently just thought I like them as collector pieces. Like VHS is making such a big comeback that people who collect them don't just collect them to have them. They watch those things on they'll buy an old CRT. They'll buy an old CRT television, they'll get a VCR and they'll watch it, because whatever, right? But I want it just for a collector's piece. But I've thought of a couple recently that I really, really want. And some of them are expensive. So firstly, I want to get Kill Bill on VHS because I have a Kill Bill statue there, and there's nothing. I got nothing Kill Bill to go with it to look cool
Did
next
they?
to it. So I figured getting the VHS tape might look cool sitting
I
next to
didn't
my
know
Kill
they
Bill.
made that on VHS.
Yeah, that came. It definitely was still. I mean, because I still worked at Blockbuster back then. So that was VHS. That's not super expensive. You can definitely get it for maybe $20-$30. Yeah. And then I started thinking some other ones in Australian dollars. Yeah. I mean, some people try to flog it off for $80 or whatever, but I reckon you could probably get it for 30 maybe. But then someone in my comments the other day was saying something about a VHS tape that he was after, and I was like, oh my God, I want that too. The Transformers animated movie. Oh, I watched that yesterday. You can watch the whole movie on YouTube. Russ, have you ever seen the Transformers animated movie?
I have, but it's been, I don't know how many years. It's been a long time.
Fucking holds up. It is so damn good. I watched the whole thing yesterday morning while I was making breakfast. I just wanted to have something on while I cook breakfast, and then I just sat there and watched the whole thing. So I want to get one. Wouldn't mind getting that on VHS. I looked it up on eBay, and people are flogging it off for $150 to $200 plus on eBay.
I've got the steelbook of that movie.
Yeah, I've got it on Blu-ray, not a steelbook, but that's pretty cool. Now I want the steelbook.
I love the steelbook. It's pretty cool. I haven't watched it yet.
That movie, the soundtrack is phenomenal, and the movie itself is really, really good still. And then the other thing I thought of is I want Masters of the Universe on VHS with Dolph Lundgren.
Mm-hmm.
No, does it matter if they're open or that you want them sealed?
No, I couldn't give a shit about sealed. I mean, I don't want it to be cooked, but like, just a presentable copy that would look cool sitting on my shelf. Have you seen that, Russ? Masters of the Universe, Dolph Lundgren?
A couple times.
Yeah, I watched it a lot as a kid.
I used to, because it took forever to come out on DVD down here. And when it did, I bought it and I used to watch it every 4 years, like the Olympics.
Did you run with a flaming torch or something? Or
it's a terrible movie to make to do for a marathon.
It's great. You know what's funny? I didn't realize that people so I think it was part of that Toys That Made Us episode. They talked about the Masters of the Universe movie and how they were like, it wasn't good because it didn't. And I didn't even think like that as a kid. For me, as a kid, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's He-Man in real life. But for fans, I guess, like hardcore fans were like, oh, this sucks. They're not following, it's not true to the, source material.
Perry.
What's going on, Perry?
I think the movie had a budget of like $40 or something.
No, surely not.
It was missing Oro, right? The little magic
they
guy.
replaced him with some random Lord of the Rings character.
Yeah, and he sucked. And it was missing Battle Cat. How do you do a He-Man movie without Battle Cat? So it was terrible. And why are we not on Eternia? Why are we in the streets of Detroit or wherever the hell they were? LA, it sucked.
Yeah, I'm in Eternia in some bits.
All that sucks about it.
Okay, but I can't remember a lot about Masters of the Universe up until recently because the other night I also started. YouTube's fantastic. If you want to watch old vintage 80s stuff, full movies are always on there. So I started watching Secret of the Sword. Remember that?
Yeah.
It is the He-Man and She-Ra movie. And I loved it as a kid. I thought it was so good. So I put that on, and I hadn't watched Masters of the Universe since I was a kid, probably. I forgot what it was like. And oh my God. My God. It was something like.
It does not hold up.
I'm glad this stuff's all free on YouTube because when I have kids, I'm going to make them watch all that cool stuff that I used to be, and it's free on YouTube. Fantastic. But I couldn't believe how
Sarah planning to have children?
Sorry?
Are you and Sarah planning to have children?
Maybe one day. We'll see. I'm running out of time, though. But I couldn't remember what's the cat's name, like, before he's Battle Cat?
Oh, Cringer?
Yeah, it is Cringer.
He's very cringe if his name is cringe, because he's he
was all scared and everything, right?
Yeah. Like I didn't remember any of that stuff. I was like, whoa, this is like the most cheesy thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, but it was kind of cool. I still was kind of. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched maybe half of it.
See, I can't rewatch G.I. Joe, and I used to love that show as a kid. And I watch it now. I'm like, this is horrible. How did I ever watch this and be entertained?
I'm surprised because I can't remember G.I. Joe. I loved it as a kid as well, but I do not remember anything about it. Not a single thing.
Blocked it out. your mind is taking control and is protecting you
They
from
fought
the memory of how crappy it was.
Like all the other things that I don't remember, like He-Man and Thunder. I still remember the main character figures. I still remember. You know, what I did forget. I did forget that He-Man was Prince Adam before he turns into He-Man.
Really?
Not me, because I had the Prince Adam. I had the Prince Adam figure.
Yeah.
So, which he turned into He-Man, but not really. It was weird. You could like take his boots off, so, take his fur coat off, and then put a belt on him, and he was He-Man. But he really wasn't, because he was still wearing a white T-shirt. So it made no sense.
I'm after a He-Man figure. That's what I need. But he needs to have his sword.
I do not need a He-Man figure.
Yeah, but do you want Series 1 or does it matter?
Yeah, I want the vintage one, because I've got all my vintage He-Man figures back from my brother. They're all sitting on the shelf, but I'm missing He-Man. So
He still has it. He's just not giving it to you.
he probably sold it from you. I'm pretty sure he sold toys at like a market back in the day.
Every time you come over, he hides it in a tall cabinet.
Well, no, he called me and said, "Hey, I just found a bag with your He-Man figures in it. Do you want them?" And I was like, "Yes, I do want them." And he gave them to me, and it was cool. I've got all these cool He-Man figures from my the actual figures that I owned as a kid, which is so much cooler than rebuying them. Russ wants. Hey, I want a She-Ra figure. The only problem is the She-Ra figures were like Barbie dolls. They had like the Barbie real hair kind of thing, and that's kind of hard to maintain. Why do you want to do
the original He-Man had a shield?
Yes, he had a shield. He had a sword, and I think he might have had an axe as well.
He had an axe.
Yeah, and the sword snapped on to Skeletor's sword. They made it up.
Yes,
and it would open Castle Grayskull.
Open the Castle Grayskull.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I watched that show. When you put the keys together, it formed a key. The swords together, it formed a key to open the gate to Castle Grayskull. That is super cool.
I remember wanting that Castle Grayskull, but I never got it as a kid. Like two figures I remember. I had the He-Man and the Skeletor that had the battle damage. Had like a rotating.
Oh, I love those.
His chest.
Spin. Yeah.
Those were like the only ones I can remember that I had.
Yeah, over here they're like $100.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you get them complete, they're not cheap. So I just want. I don't care about the shield and the axe. I just want the sword because my Skeletor still has his sword. So I need He-Man with his sword at very least.
Quit bragging about your Skeletor sword.
And also, what I found out about my Skeletor is there was a rarer version, and I didn't know this when I did my video. But one of my mates, who's a huge vintage collector, he watched my video and said, "Oh, you've got the rare Skeletor. He's only got the half boots." So if you look at his boots, right?
Yeah.
See how it's not painted in the back?
Yeah.
Ah.
So apparently that was the rarer one.
Was that an error or something?
I don't know. So because they were made everywhere, there were some that are made in Taiwan, some of them are made in other countries. So a lot of the times when you see people selling them, it will say whichever figure, and then it'll say where it was made. I was like,
yeah, I just saw it over here. So Taiwan and stuff like that.
I think all mine
right back.
I
have to pee. Right back.
Drinking beer out of a Coca-Cola glass today.
Someone has to.
oh, I can't wait to hit my beers, mate. But it's still very early.
Not here.
I'll do it for Oldwolf.
When you do it for Oldwolf,
do it. Now that we've got a few more people watching, we're going to wrap up in about 10 minutes, and then we're all going to move over to Oldwolf's channel. So if you guys have ever wanted to hang out with the suspects, you can do it over.
This will cure you. Yeah.
You coming along, Russ?
No, I'm gonna have to go. I think I got some stuff.
What do you got going on?
Just some things I got to take care of.
You ain't doing nothing. Come hang out with Oldwolf.
Yeah, I know. Bring a sweet tea.
Your room's already clean. You've done your chores for the year. What more you got? He only cleans his room once a year. You know it because that's when it's room tour time.
No, he does. He does 2 a year, doesn't he?
Yeah, in June I usually do one, and then in
I think
either
he has
December
someone
or
else clean his
January.
room for him when he does the other one, though. The one in June, he doesn't clean it himself. Somebody else cleans it. Is that right?
No, I don't.
You pay your nephew comics and he comes and cleans your room for you?
No,
Oh, that's how it
he don't
works?
clean nothing.
All right, I get 10 minutes to finish this bottle.
What are you going to drink on your stream? I need to drink my beers really quick on your show too, because I've got to I need to be able to drive down to the post office before they close as well.
What are you sending
right now?
Yeah, but I've got the other thing. So I've got to send Oldwolf his giveaway win that he won in July last year, and then I've also got another guy who won something from me like maybe 3 months ago. But he didn't get back to me. That's why I was like waiting and waiting. And I literally would chase this guy. I'd comment on his videos. I was like, hey, man, you won my giveaway. Give me your details. I didn't give up. Not like those other quitters who just like, oh, you've got a week to reply. Otherwise, I'm moving on to the next person, mate.
Yeah, but if he didn't give you the stuff, I mean, why are you busting your ass?
No, so I think what happened was, because, if you put information, like, sometimes if you put a link in a comment, YouTube automatically blocks it.
Okay.
So you never see it. I think he might have maybe he didn't, but I had a maybe feeling maybe he put his email or something in a comment and it just didn't appear for me. But anyway, I got in touch with the guy and I'm going to send him out something. I found he's a music guy, so I found another way to get rid of my band CDs. I was like, hey man, you're a music guy, check this shit out. It's the worst.
Yeah. I need a new coaster.
There
Mine's
you go.
getting rough. You
Yeah,
send them to me.
there you go.
I'll use them.
Yeah, throw it to me.
Here's a coaster for you. Oh,
That's
wait, yeah,
nice.
Oldwolf, do you have my CDs?
No,
Oh, do you want them?
sure.
Great. I don't think it's really your thing, but I really don't think. Although there's a song that you probably like. There's a song called Poor Man's Porn. It was our most popular song.
Poor man's porn.
Yeah, so see track 4 there is called Poor Man's Porn. So it's funny because our drummer wrote that song. It's the only song that he wrote. And he's like, the drummer was like the sensible guy in our band, right? We were all fucking hooligans. And Steg, our drummer, who's very talented, he was our drummer, but he could play bass and guitar better than our bass and guitarist. Like he was the talented one, right? He just happened to be in our band. So one day he was like, hey guys, I wrote a song. Do you want to hear it? And we're like, we guess. So he sits there with an acoustic guitar and plays this song solo and sings it. And it was the funniest thing ever, right? And then it became our biggest song. So what it's about is there's a channel down here called SBS. Oh, there you go. You're going to get a copyright strike. And I'm going to get all the money. So let me tell you. Let me tell you what it's about. All so we have a channel down here in Australia called SBS, right? So SBS, it's a little bit different now, but back in the day it was known to play foreign movies, right? So you'd watch a lot of foreign movies would just play on there, so subtitles and all that stuff. And foreign movies there was a lot of like erotic movies that would play right? On SBS. So Poor Man's Porn was written, and it's about having a wank over SBS.
Oh, there you go.
Which is pretty funny. So and people are like, do you really wank over SBS? I was like, no, I didn't write the song.
Now, Russ, your favorite is Martha Stewart Living, isn't it? Is that your favorite non-pornographic magazine? Martha Stewart? That's the one you like?
Man, I haven't got any magazines since they stopped making like Electronic Gaming Monthly back in the day.
Wow.
Okay, so now we have to send them like magazines.
No,
All right.
I've got magazines right next to me. Check this out. So I recently went through.
Unless it's comic book related, treasuries, don't send it. That's one thing I'm trying to go for in 2025, more treasuries.
Oh yeah? That's a good haul. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun because they're better to collect them in person too because they're so big.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll find some good ones at Heroes Con this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got that one. I want that one.
Zaz gave me a treasury bag and board. Beautiful. That's why
you can throw that in the box too if you want.
Sorry?
You can throw that in a box too if you want.
It's a little big for a box, but if you squeeze it just right.
Yeah, to be honest, that
Those are
book
big
is bigger
boxes.
than the box it's sending you. So,
It doesn't fit, force it. Yeah.
but now, mate, your box is a variety box, mate. You want an action figure from the channel, but I've thrown in some variety there for you, mate.
Did
Something for the
I don't
whole
remember
family.
entering.
You got an automatic entry because you remember. Channel members got automatic entry.
Oh, was that for the Wolverine figure?
Yes, but he didn't win that. He
I know
won
that.
he won the other figure, the Red Skull figure.
Oh, okay.
Bless you.
When was it? When was this giveaway?
It's on tight.
It was
Bud says good tight.
June last year, and then I was about 250 subscribers away from 2K, and I was like, oh, I'll run this for like a month, and then I fucking gained 250 subscribers in a month. It was insane. And then it went pretty quick. So I'm due to hit. I'm on my way to 3K now. Like I'm not too far off.
Sweet.
27, 26. So about 250 more. So if I can do another one of those videos that gets me bloody. Yeah, I did this one video and I think I gained 400 subscribers for it. It was.
What's the 3K giveaway going to be? Like a PS5 Pro with the disc drive?
No, because I didn't even have a Pro.
That's what it's going to be, but it's going to have an Australian plug to it, and you're not going to be able to use it in the United States.
Yeah.
Whoever wins my 3K giveaway is also going to be a lucky owner of the whole worst discography. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Did you know Discogs, the website? There is a sold listing of this CD for like something stupid. Like someone paid stupid money for this CD. And I was like, man, I would have sold it for fucking 15, 20 bucks.
Man, why don't you put those on eBay, man, and see if you can
That's what Sarah keeps telling me. But I'm not going to put them on eBay.
on.
I think we should just
you can sign it and everything. Be like signed copy. $500.
Buy it. Why not?
You could hand deliver it if it's someone in the same
I
province.
did sell them when once the band disbanded, because I paid for this last recording. I paid for the whole thing. So I said to the guys, I was like, I'm going to sell this CD and I'm going to keep all the money because I need to pay off this. Like it was like $1,100 to print 500 copies of this. So I made, because on our retirement show, we gave this out for free, but all the leftover copies, I was like, I'm going to sell these and try to make my money back. And I made maybe $600 from sales.
Wow.
So, yes, but I have a whole cupboard full of them. So I don't mind giving out a free one from here and there.
All right.
So, all right.
All right,
So,
people, I have to hop off. I'll start the channel.
Russ, you're not going to come? You sure?
No, I got to take off.
Why?
Well, Russ, because he's coming back from retirement. He's got chicks waiting in line for him. He's got
that's
content to be made.
That's what it
He's
is.
got sweet tea to be drank. You should sip the sweet tea on Oldwolf's channel, though. It's where
Why not?
If I had some, I would, but maybe next time.
All right. Well, Russ, it's always a pleasure, mate. Hopefully, we'll get to do this again soon so we can see your beautiful face live and see one of these again.
When's the next episode? Like 2026?
Nah, maybe March.
Oh, well,
I'd say.
See me on the other side.
All right.
So, all right. See, we'll see you soon. All right. Well, thank you for those who joined. I'm glad it peaked right now when we're finishing. That's it. Bob, I'll see you over on Oldwolf's.
Yes.
Russ?
I wouldn't miss it unless I could think of anything else to do, like Russ. If I could think of anything, I'd go like anything. If I could just think of something to do, I would do that.
All right. If I turn on my PlayStation and I see Superrus is playing Candy
you know
Crush
you
or
will.
something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Red Dead 2 again.
I'm in the middle of finding a new armor set for Witcher 3, man.
He's grinding. He's grinding for it.
Everyone, if you guys want more, if you can't get enough of me and Bob, head over to Oldwolf's channel now. If anyone in the chat can maybe drop his channel link in the description, that would be very handy.
I'm a very busy man. If I had time, if you had told me ahead of time, I could have prepared.
Hang on, let me do this and then we'll end it. I'm gonna. Oh no, not Naman. I clicked on Naman.
Yeah, drop Naman's link. Go ahead.
I may as well
He
do
just
that.
had a video. Thanks to 2024 video. There you go.
So subscribe to A Comic Book Worm. Sorry, randomly. His links in the chat, and then his Oldwolf coming up.
Just a random shout out for today.
If you guys want this, but on steroids and just absolute just mayhem, head over
I think
to
it's on
Oldwolf's
Crown
channel.
Royal, but yeah.
The link's there, and I'm going to end this one. So thank you all. Have a great day, and
Thanks for
don't
watching.
apologize for the simple.
Yes, and keep it glareful. Yes.
See you, Russ.
Peace.